record the session. Yeah, it's recording now. Can we have a quick introduction about ourselves? Okay, we'll go with who's on the top, Chiranjeevi. So, hi Chiranjeevi. Simple introduction.
Hello. Hi.
How many years of experience do you have, and on Revit, and why do you want to learn this? That's it. Nothing else.
Yes. See, I have 2 years of experience in Revit. Right now, I'm working as BIM coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So the main thing which I want to do is like automations. Like I'm facing many issues in terms of repetitive tasks and such kind of issues. So I don't want to do that manually. So I want to do that as in automation process. So that's why I'm interested in learning Dynamo.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
great.
that is what my intention was.
Okay. Okay. Great. So, Rizwan. Rizwan, you have to unmute your mic. Rizwan, you have to unmute your mic, Rizwan. Okay, well, let him unmute yourself. Like Palanipan, how about you?
Hi,
Yeah, hi.
I have 5 years experience in BIM.
Great.
What?
Great. I'm saying great. Yeah, you 5+.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, I want to learn new technologies, so that I want to learn something like Dynamo,
Oh,
Holy, like that. I
oh,
am interested.
great. So
So that only I.
you mean Dynamo is a new technology, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's already 2 years ago. I know about Dynamo. I started self-learning, but I cannot spend more time to learn. So that now only I have time to learn.
Mhm. Very good. Prakash?
So
Okay, what do you know about Dynamo? What do you know exactly about the Dynamo? Because this demo is going to give you a quick brief. Okay, most of the people join this demo for to understand what is a Dynamo. Okay, today I'm gonna reveal you some sort of a secrets. Like I mean, like I see most of the people they don't feel this. I mean, they feel like it's a very toughest tool, and we can't able to handle, and we need a programming. No, I don't need any. I hate programming, so I don't want to go with a Dynamo. So these kind of things I heard many times from many of users. Okay, so that's what I want to clear something from your mind. Okay, so that is why I'm asking you, like, what do you know exactly about the Dynamo? Okay, so Prakash R. Prakash, hi Prakash. Hi Prakash. Hi Sarunan. Hi Sarunan. Can you hear me? You guys are on mute actually.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't start the demo yet. Okay, we're just going through our basic introduction, like how many years of experience do you have, and what do you know about the Dynamo? That's it. Can you please elaborate yourself?
My name is Saravanan. I'm
Hmm?
working in 3 years and 6 months. This is my third company. Now I'm working in Devon, UK company, which it means company name is, I'm sorry, EDC Engineers. Before I worked in Shapoorji Pallonji Technical Service in Chennai. I little bit know about Dynamo, just basic thing, how to create it's called node just simple things. That's the things I know.
Okay.
No other things.
Okay. Okay. Great. So you're already aware of Dynamo, so no need to ask you. Okay.
Yeah.
Sridhar? 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 You there? Sridhar? Oh,
Hi Rajesh.
yeah. Hi, Sridhar.
Uh, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, doing good. So, yeah, tell
Yeah,
me. So,
Rajesh. I think I know. I mean, I have been seeing you for really long, maybe 1.5, 2 years,
mhm,
delivering Dynamo training. So about me, I head the BIM team in COVI. Basically, I have a team of 35 BIM modelers working. 45 BIM modelers, mechanical and structures.
mhm,
So why I'm here? Because I'm looking to find a trainer for especially I work mostly or we work mostly on linear structures, which is tunnels and underground structures.
mhm.
So we're already working on Dynamo, and we want, or my team needs at least advanced training on Dynamo and Python and Revit API. So
Okay.
I don't know if one of my staff has reached out to you, but let me see in this session if I can get some insights from you.
Mhm.
And I'm looking especially for the linear structures
Linear
on
structures. Okay.
tunnels. Yeah.
Great. Great. No issues.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first we'll just go with, I mean, yeah, I received thing from you itself, like, job recruitment itself. You're from Delhi, Gurgaon, right?
Yes, I'm from
Yeah,
Gurgaon,
yeah,
Kovi.
yeah, yeah. Sridhar, I know you. I now got you. Okay. Well,
Yes, yeah,
so.
we know you. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay. Well, so that's fine. Good to see you here again. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to join this session really long time, but because of my commitments and all that, I could not able to join your previous demo sessions. But this time I thought, okay, let me take some time out and see what's happening, because I've seen a lot of trainings you are giving and which is really good. I have seen you growing from last 2 years
oh,
from where you started your Bimera. So yeah,
great. Thank you.
and
Okay.
you're doing really good job. So yeah.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Okay, well, so the introductions apart. So coming to my introduction now, I have total like around 10 plus years of experience in this BIM industry, and I've been acting as a trainer from like 2014 itself. Okay, so just teaching the CAD people. Okay, upskilling. Generally, I like upskilling myself and like others as well. Okay, I don't used to charge generally from the employees or from my colleagues or someone who reaches me. Now it's my business, so even what I'm teaching here, what I get from my students. So generally, I'm again just investing the thing like what I'm getting here on something else, like providing some sort of a free add-ins for like a BIM persons. Okay, and by 2022 we are gonna release around like 200 add-ins for completely free, of course, for the modulars, like coordinators, for managers, for everyone. So that is the reason like I'm conducting only daily one session, that to 8:30 at 10:30. So generally I say it's like a 1.5 hour. I say 1.5 hour, but generally, I mean, as per the students' questions and their live project issues. So they'll come and ask me, sir, I have an issue here. So what do you do now? So they'll join like 50 minutes before and they'll clear their queries, what they're on live projects. Okay, so I'm sure that every student, I mean, they're like, you guys all are like working professionals. Generally, I call them you like a students, but don't treat me like a trainer. Like I'm very close friend. You can text me like saying had you dinner, like you can chit chat like this. Okay, and I'll be mostly available on WhatsApp for my students especially, like all the time. Okay, well, this is what generally my things would be. And the people who reaches me, I mean, like due to, I mean, you are working professionals. If you're not able to attend a session, no worries, I'll be sharing the recorded sessions a day, daily. Okay, of course it's like a private videos. I mean, no one can watch except you. Okay, well, so this is what I'm gonna do. teaching is my passion, so I keep teaching even till I've been 60 as well. Okay, so coming to the thing, you guys are here to learn what is a dynamo. Okay, most of you know like the dynamo already. I've been like, I know like you've been like playing for some time, at least for like creating 2 or 3 scripts from external resources. Okay, but in my training, I'm not giving you some sort of a training that explaining my existing scripts. Okay, don't expect any kind of an existing scripts that I'm gonna explain you. I'll do scripts based on your requirement. If you say this is what my requirement, I'll do it from in front of you and I'll explain you why you have to do that. This is what you miss generally from the like if you go through any YouTube channels or from the resources from external like forums or somewhere else. Okay, you don't have a proper interaction with the person who explaining that, and they don't teach you even why you have to follow that. I have a solid reason for each and everything why you have to do that. So my entire training would be focusing on why you have to do that, how I'm sorry, so like how you have to do that. Okay, so I mean generally if you see there is a process that could be created by 3 different persons in a 3 different ways. If you have 100 different persons, they design the thing in 100 different ways, but there is a logic that I'm here to explain you that logic. Okay, and why you have to go through the same sequence itself. Okay, so that's why here, so you can expert the complete full-fledged training without missing even a single key concept. I don't like to lose even a single concept. You never, I mean, till now no one has like poked me, sir, you missed this concept. Never, because I say like 15 days, generally it will takes 15 to 20 days as well. I mean, if you guys, I mean, one of your like in architecture field or in a structure field, some sort of an additional concepts to be, I mean, required to explain. Okay, so keep adding. Sometimes it would be like a 20 days also. No hurries. As I say, it's like a 30 years. Sometimes it becomes like 40 years. My ultimate thing is to make you satisfied. That's it. Okay, clear. Let's today I'm going to give you like a couple of things. Okay, I'll just give you like a quick introduction about the Dynamo. It's a smart tool actually. I mean, why I'll explain you like work smarter not harder. Generally I used to ask these questions my students. Okay, I mean the participants. Here I'll explain you. So work a smart, I mean working some the hardest thing in a smart way. Okay, and that's what like we called as a smart work. Okay, well Dynamo is going to be a smart work, I mean smart tool actually. Okay, so generally what the Dynamo do, like how do we communicating each other, it's like a language English. Okay, where there is a tool we are using now, till now like we are using a tool, but if you want to play with the tool, okay, till now like you are I mean you just playing whatever you have in your hand. Okay, but if you can control a tool like a programmer, okay, you can change the things, you can change Dynamo, you can change this Revit. Let's say for example you have a interference check in collaborate tab, you have an interference check in collaborate tab, can you change this to the manage tab? So this is what like playing, using is different, playing is different. Okay, so you are going to play with a tool with a programming language. Okay, so with a programming language, so this is a different interface I say, and this is another interface. This is like an add-in, which is a lightweight interface add-in, which is inside a Dynamo, I mean inside a Revit, but it can completely control a application. Okay, I'll explain you how it's working, and I'll scan it and I'll simply I mean you work them, and I'll explain you like what it would be. Okay, well, so this is going to be a Dynamo program is a way to tell a Revit what to do exactly. So it is saying that Mr. Revit, I'm Dynamo and I'm your boss. Okay, I can control anything, so you have to say as what I instruct here. Okay, so that is what it is saying. Okay, but how do they communicate? How do they communicate? For example, if I mean you are in a Spain, okay, you are in a Spain generally. I mean, if you want to communicate, you don't know if you want to communicate with the Spain people, like you don't know like Spanish, then how do you communicate with them? You need a translator, correct? You need a translator. If they wants to communicate with you and they don't know English, or they don't know Hindi, or they don't know Tamil, so how do they communicate with you? Again, you need a translator. Okay, well, Dynamo is acting like a translator. Dynamo is acting like a translator between two different set of things. What are these two? I'll explain you later. Okay, so this is what is a, and visual programming is not new to the industry. That's from so long actually. Okay, I mean, if I show you, generally we do teach kids for free of cost. Okay, like what Byju's is doing, like what some other companies are already doing it. Okay, we just teach kids for like in a batch, like two to three students, two to three very small kids, like a fourth standard, like fifth standard. Okay, what they are doing, we'll just teach them with a very basic thing. It's like a this kind of a tool. Okay, where which is we have a more similarities between this tool and our Dynamo as well. What is that? What is that? Okay, so let me show you. We have a tool here. I mean, we have a cat here. Let's consider we have something else. Okay, now we are going to perform some actions to it, and I'm not a programmer. I don't know like how to use this tool even. How do I play with a particular tool as I'm not a programmer? So if I'm a programmer, I can simply load this application into another application, and I can see the code of it, and I can start writing, start playing with this cat. But I'm completely new to this tool, and I'm completely know what this tool does even. Okay, well, let's say I have a cat here. Now this is generally, if you see a Dynamo, we have a some code block here. I mean, like we have a node library here, and this is our workspace. Clear? So this is our node library, and this is a workspace. Similar to that, we have this thing like a Scratch. This is our node library. You can find whatever you want. Okay, and this is a workspace. This is a watch node. Okay, this is like a watch node. Let's see. Now I'm telling this cat to move 10 steps. So even like a fifth class standard people doesn't know like what is a move. I mean, some sort of a verbs even they don't know even. Okay, but when you try and use people, even like if you say like a second standard also, they can easily understand what it is. Okay, well, so move 10 steps. I'm saying it's like a move 10 steps. Okay, whenever I click on this, oh, the cat is moving. When I again click on this, the cat is again moving. So when I click on this, again the cat is moving. Okay, this is fine. Okay, when I click on this, it will move. That's fine. But how do you enter the data? How does a small kid, or like how does a person who doesn't know about programming at all, how do they understand clearly? So where there is a data required. For example, if I say 50 here, okay, so when I click on this, it moves 50 steps. Oh, okay, this is what a data. Now the secret is you are going to play with the data in Dynamo. That's it. Nothing else. Don't see in a Dynamo in a very like a complex way. Okay. Frankly telling you, it's a very, 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 very easy story. From the third day itself, no. From second day itself, you will be understanding how to play with the data, and second, from the third day itself, you will be start writing your own scripts 100%. This is how my training would be. Okay, generally if you want to go and learn a Dynamo, you can see some sort of resources that you can be that you can be like completely learn a Dynamo in 3 hours. Not possible, because each and every concept has a lot of, I mean, before they teach you something, I mean, they have to explain that in depth. I have a 10 key concepts. Okay, just from last 4.5 years experience, I did a lot of R&D. I used to spend my personal life to be, and I worked for a lot of companies like AECOM, Atkins as a R&D specialist. And I've been in my last role even, I worked like a BIM automational expert. Okay, implementation and automational expert, and I used to earn a lot, but still I would like to start my own company. So I quit there, and I've been here, and I'm doing this for like very as per my interest. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, fine. Keep that apart. Okay, so move 50 steps. When I click on this again, it's moving 15 steps. Okay, where I say I drag this, where I drag this. So this is another code block again. Okay, let's consider even we call this it's a code block. Okay, so when I click on this, oh, it's rotating 15 degrees. It's turning 15 degrees. Ah, okay, fine. This is fine. Okay, now I want to do two different actions at the same time. I want to do two different actions at the same time. How do I do that? How do I do that? Okay, well, generally in our Dynamo, we do have, for example, categories. I have a categories and all elements of category. So you can ask me why you would choose only these two nodes. There is a reason behind it and there is a logic behind it. Okay, I'll explain you the logic. Oh, what happened? All elements. This is very basic English. Even you can ask in your with our language, all elements of category. Why did I use this two node? Why didn't I choose any set of other node? Okay, let's say uh, which model I have just opened. Okay, so I'll go with, okay, let's go with this. So electrical equipment. So this is an electrical equipment. Let's say I can choose what are the categories would you have here. Okay, categories in the sense nothing but the part here. Whenever you select an object, if it is showing something, it's like a category. Okay, so category, when I connect, what I'm saying here, all elements of a category, I want to get all elements of the particular category. So of the category, so what it means, okay, category in the sense, this guy is expecting all elements and he's going to give us an input as a category. Okay, well, so I'm connecting this to this. So where when I connect the node, it is saying it's in a hidden line. So it is looking for its active parent. It's a parent. Okay, so this is going to be there is a logic behind, you will be knowing later. Okay, what is the parent and what is a child? It's a mostly a common term for the programmers generally. Okay, where even we do also use like a parent and child. Okay, so here category is going to be the parent and this is going to be the child. Okay, whatever. So the first part is going to be the parent and second part is going to be the child. Okay, now I want to know who is the father of this child. Who is the father of this child? So this is how we can question something but in a different with a different sentence. Okay, well, when I connect the categories to the category, I can see, oh, 29 elements. I got this 29 elements. Well, that is fine. I got this 29 elements. Okay, this is fine. I have a connection. But when I go and check in Scratch, do we have any connections? No. Okay, what if I do, when I place next to this, nothing happen? Is it happening? When I click on move 10 steps, it's moving, that's it. It's not rotating. Okay, what if there is a general method? If you see, it is expecting a parent. It's a child now. Okay, no, it's not even parent, it's not even a child, it's just a process. Okay, now it is attached to this. Now whenever I just click on this, it moves 50 steps and it's turning 15 degrees as well. Do you see this? Now this is how actually it would be. It's moving even, and if I want to turn into the 15 minus 15 degrees, it's turning back again to this normal state. So this is what, okay, when it comes to the programming, we have a visual programming, we have a two kind of a things. One is a block based programming, and this is an example of like a block based programming, and we have a lot like a block based programmings. And trust me, you are not directly entering into the programming thing. You just, you can't pass an SSC without clearing like a fifth standard, like sixth standard. Is it? There's a certain things you have to be master in first. Okay, well, as well as before getting into the programming, don't directly play with the programs. You just have to there is a different process called visual programming, where you are not going to write anything. You're not going to write any code over there. You're not going to write any code over there. You already using someone's code. That is what someone's code, and you should know the basic logic. Where do you have to get it, and how do you have to use it, and how do you have to modify it, and how can like you can see the output. So you are going to play with some sort of scripts that are someone has already created. So frankly, I'm not the owner of any one of this except only one, that's a Bimera. So where you can see Bimera here, okay, I'm the owner of just Bimera, but where the rest of these are like I mean the external users, those who created the scripts. When I just click on genius looking and CAD export, and this works in a extreme way. Okay, it does a complete automation within it has some things written itself. So inside see, when I double click on this, there is a Python code again, okay, where somebody has already created a script here, and I should know like how to use it. If you know like how to use it, you can play with it. Okay, that's what. Okay, that's what. And the only thing that you have to know, visualizing. So that is what we called as a visual programming. You're not writing any kind of a script here in my course. And this like a zero to hero module, you are going to learn something 80% of like a Dynamo, and 20% of a concept. It's like a design scripting. Design scripting is a different language. It's not like a C, it's not like a C++, it's not like a C sharp, it's not a Python. That's a different language. It's a combination of some sort of a designing and some sort of a scripting. So that's why we call it as a design scripting. Okay, that's recently added, like from last 3-4 batches I'm doing it. As per most students keep asking, sir, I need this topic, I can't take a personal sessions for everyone. So I decided to add the design scripting into it. I'll show you like what I'm going to teach you in the entire training program. So this is what, okay, so this is a block based programming, and where we have a one more thing, that is a flow based programming. There's a flow based programming. What it does now, there is a data which is passing from one to another block. So this is a block which is which consists like A to Z alphabets. Okay, A to Z alphabets, and I have some FACP panels, or like I have some structural columns. So I have to name each and every structural column as per the grid locations. So where there is a, I mean where there is a grid intersection, at that point I have to place one column up to certain height, and I want to tag it instantly, name it instantly. Okay, so this is what my intention. So what I do now, so I have a data of a structure columns. I have a data of something else, like I have a data of like A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C3. So this is how, okay. So this is what the data which is flowing from one to one, and which is some sort of a functionality which is happening inside a block. Okay, so as this is a block and somebody has already written something, some sort of a code. Okay, so generally we call it as a code blocks, or we call it as a nodes. Code block is a different, even you can write something, but still we can call this as a nodes or code blocks. Okay, well, this is what, okay, I don't want to give you the complete introduction of like what is it, I mean, because like if you, I mean I can explain this 10 slides for like 1.5 hours, okay, with a very detailed explanations. I mean you don't need to do any R&D even. Okay, well, we have a lot of programming, visual programming tools in the market, and this is going to be a boom in future. Because if you are from a mechanical background, if you are from electrical background, if you are from architectural background, like architects and structural persons can easily understand some sort of a programming parts, because they keep using playing with the points, like vectors, like with the scalars. Okay, so this is how actually it would be. Okay, well, so get into the topic. Well, let me show you. So this is what a thing like categories and all elements of category. Categories and all elements of category. Now you can ask me, why did you connect this categories to the all elements of category? Are you sure? I mean, do I have a 29 electrical equipments? Let's get select this and select this. Let's say click on BX, and the 3D opens, and let's say VB. Turn off all the things except electrical equipment. Let's say click OK, and turn off the section box. Okay, when I select all this, oh, it is showing 29 elements. Okay, then it's perfect. Then it's showing it's perfect. It's showing it's like 29 elements. I got the 29 elements. Okay, well, this is fine. So how does it know exactly? How does it know? I mean, do you have any logic behind this? So for example, all elements of all elements of all elements of level. Okay, well, I have a electrical equipment category. So I want to see this particular category at a particular levels, at that particular level. So when I connect this to this, oh, it is not returning anything. Okay, well, let me all elements at level. So, okay, why it is not working? Is it showing something wrong? Empty list. It is returning a empty list. So all elements in category in view, get all elements. Okay, something like select multiple all elements of at level. Okay, when I connect this to this, why all these are not working? Why all these are not working? Because logic. Logic. The only thing is logic. That's what I'm going to teach you. Why you have to, what you have to exactly do with it. Why this is working successfully, why the rest of them are like not working. Okay, let's do some sort of an anatomy. You know what is an anatomy? I mean, like doing some sort of a surgery and see what is inside a person, see what is inside a frog, see what is inside a insect, so what is, see what is inside any kind of a being, living being. Okay, so this is what now we consider, like generally I do like to repair some sort of a things, like if I see something, like if I buy a new toy or a new gadget, I don't sleep until unless I repair it. So well, we'll do the same thing here. Okay, I found like some sort of a nodes here. So which is the correct node to connect to a, I mean, to the connecting node? So I have this, and why should I connect this, and why it is giving you warning? Let's say read the read the errors. Okay, what it is saying, element dot queries at level. Okay, okay, that's a node name that is expecting level, expecting it's a level, but you have connected category. Oh, that is the reason. If you understand the warnings, you can play with uh, any kind of a node. Okay, there is a complete session for errors itself. Because guys, if you I mean, if you want really want to understand something, you have to play with troubleshooting. You, I mean, you have to create your own problems, and you have to find the solutions for it. Then only that's called a pure R&D, perfect R&D. That's what I did. Even, you know, like there are like a number of times I've been scolded by my team because disturbing something, but I like it. If somebody's scolding me, I really enjoyed it, because that's a challenge to solve something, to get rid of something. And I used to come back again within a 1 hour, like 2 hours or a day, with a proper solution. I cleared it and I came back and I say I cleared my problem. But still, I'm not telling you the same to do like on your live models. Just open it in detached mode and play it. When you're playing on detached mode, it works fine. When you're playing on the live mode, of course, like it used to disturb something completely, and it's very hard to even rectify it. Okay, but still, uh, the best thing, keep repairing, like keep doing some R&D. Okay, this is what generally that's what you guys have to do. Okay, and you don't need to do that kind of a things. I'm here to teach my 4.5 years experience, I mean 4.5 years R&D experience in a 15 to 20 days. It's very hard to explain you. Okay, but still I'll try. There are a lot of things. I mean, there are like around 208 slides. Of course, I mean, if you eliminate like 150, and there is a design scripting, there is a one more presentation again, it consists like a 75 slides. So total 300 slides, which is very well designed. And I'm going to give you the complete brief like how do you play, I mean, how do you create your own custom nodes, how do you publish your nodes on your name. So this is up to you can learn. Okay, well, so all elements at level, why this isn't working? Let's cut this, let's cut this, let's cut this, let's cut this. Okay, let's cut this, let's cut this, and let's cut this. Okay, now I just cut each and every node, and now for every node I have a two paths. I have a two paths. One is before and one is next. So the before, I mean the left hand side part, we already called as an input. we only called it as an input, and the right hand side part we called as an output blindly. Okay, so input and output. So input has to connect from the existing node. Okay, that could be there is a logic behind it. Now let's consider this an input and output. This is an input and output. Assume that is an input and output. Okay, so I'm not focusing on the graphics now. I have a very bad mouse. Okay, well, the thing is, the logic is the first logic that you are going to play with is the output always match with an input. The output is always matched with an input. If you're going to play with, I mean, if you're going to connect a connecting node, okay, generally we call it as a connecting nodes. Okay, if you want to connect a node with another node, the output of the first node should exactly match with the input of a second node. So output and a input, output and an input, output and an input. The output is a category and input is a level. Are those matching? Guys, please unmute your mics and say, are those matching? Output and input?
No.
Okay, well, category and level, it's not matching, and category and level, it's not matching, and category and link dot category, and category and category is matching. That is the reason I got output from here. I muted everyone again. So all elements of category. That is the reason the output and the input should match exactly. Otherwise, it will give you a warning. What is a warning? I expected something, but you didn't give something. I mean, if your manager is expecting something and you didn't give, you did something else, then your manager is not satisfied and your hike would be on hold. So that's a different kind of a state again. Okay, well, that is what even applies the same logic here. So output and input must match. The output and input must match. This is the first tip that you have to remember. Okay, well, let's see, let me clear all the drawings again. Well, all elements at level, all elements at level. Okay, what would be the actual, as you know, if you know a node, and it's very easy to find a connecting node based on the first logic. What about in the reverse case? In the reverse engineering method, you know all elements are at level. You have a node which is all elements at level, so you visualize yourself. Okay, if I connect a level, it will connect all the elements from that particular level. Okay, what would be the connecting node of it? Then you have to start finding from the input. What is input name? So if it is saying level, let's say type level. I'll see levels. How? Levels, level dot area. Okay, this is also this is also giving you the level dot space. Okay, this is a space, so keep this aside for now. Okay, levels building. Okay, this is, there are no levels. Name level. Okay, it is different thing again. Okay, so I found very a few things. I can't explain you all those things in this demo. Okay, so what is a level here? For example, if I choose level 1 here, when I consider this to this, okay, it's getting, okay, it's giving like 4065 elements were there in a level 1. There are 4065 elements are in a level 1. Okay, if I go and change this level 2, oh, it's showing it's like 2456 elements were there in a level 2. Like there are zones, model curves, spaces, some sort of a, like 600 into 6 next, something like 400 into 450, whatever it is. Okay, now I want to know what are these elements actually. I want to know what are these elements. Now I successfully connected this, getting I got a node, so successfully. Now I want to know the connecting node of this. Now I want to know the name of the each and every level. I'm sorry, each and every element. How do you do that? How do you find it exactly? Okay, well, we have a, okay, this is for you only. So I have an like element. I have an element with me. Okay, there is a technique. There is one technique called why. Okay, why there is I'm sorry. There is a technique called to call any set of a node. Okay, that is what is in your hand right now. What is in your hand? Okay, what is in your hand? Dot. Put a dot, and what are you expecting to see? What are you expecting to see? Let me change this, select this fixed width. Let's change this to the 500. Okay, well, so what is in your hand and what are you expecting to see? What are you expecting to say? Okay, well, what is in my hand? I have an element with me and I want to see the name of it. I want to see the name of it, and I want to see the ID of it. I want to see the location of it. I want to see what is the type of it. I want to know what type of an element it is, and I want to see what is the category of it. Okay, now the third thing is let's keep this set. Element. I have an what is in your hand. It's an element. Element, and what are you expecting to see? I want to see the name of it. I want to know the ID of it. I want to check where is the location. I want to get what is the type of it, and I want to get what is a what category it is. Okay, so this is what. Now, as I said, element dot and name. So I use element dot name. That's it. This is the first method. There are 4 more methods again to call a nodes. Okay, I can't explain you all this now. You will be knowing during the training. So element dot ID. If I want to get the ID of an element, it's an element dot ID. Now tell me guys, like if I want to get the location of it, then what would be the node? What would be the node?
Location.
Element dot location.
Element.
Very good.
Dot
Element dot location. If I want to get
location.
if I want to know the type of it, then
Element dot type.
that's it. Element dot type. If I want to know the category of it, element dot category. That's it. No, that's it. So successfully the first step that we already done. So element dot name, element dot ID, element dot location, element dot type, element dot category. Okay, let me go and find that here. Now I have an elements here. The output that I'm having, it's an element. Now I'll type element. I have an element with me, and as I said, element dot. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. It's very easy. Okay, but there are a lot of things to be considered before you play. There are a lot of things to be considered, like we have a 10 key concepts. Okay, each and every key concept would be explained, like it will take 1.5 hours to 2 hours uh, to explain in a very detailed way with a very detailed examples. Okay, generally if you're not happy with the first example, I'll go with the second example. If you're not happy with a second example, I mean if you're confused, then I'll go with the third example. There are a lot of examples to teach you each and every concept. Okay, well, so element dot like name. I want to get a name of it. Element dot name. Okay, well, I got this element dot name and I connect this to this. Okay, I'm successfully I like got. Let me delete these 2 nodes aside. Element dot name. I got the names of these elements. So it's a 600 into 600, 250 neck, 19. What is this 19? Again, it's a zone name. It's a 19, and a space name. It's like a WC63. WC63. I mean water closet. I mean 63, and space name is like a WC62, and zone it's like a 20. This is how the name it is. Okay, now I want to get the category of it, what category it is actually. So let's say element dot category. Can I get a category here? Okay, category plus. Why did I take this very easily? Because I know those two. Because if I use this, it's expecting a warning element. When I connect the element to this, it will give you the warning. I know very familiarly because I've done I've been playing with since like 4.5 years, so I know which should be. Okay, I can't show you all those things at the same time. You'll come to know from the 3rd day or 4th day itself, like you'll be telling that no sir, you shouldn't use that. You'll come to know. It's a very with a 8 to 10 hours of training for sure. Okay, well, so when I connect this to this, oh, it is giving like how many items I do have? 2456. So 2456 I have, and if I say watch node here, when I connect the category to this, it is saying 2456. Okay, let's bring this aside. I'll use this too. Okay, so I'll keep this aside. Now let me list have to be exactly okay, perfect. Now this one is a air terminal, and second one is like a HVAC zone, and third one it is like a space, fourth one is a space, fifth one is a like a like spaces again. All these are like spaces, and these are like lines, and you can see whatever as per. I mean, if you go to the last standard or like 2451, it's a model lines. The 2451, it's like a lines. So this is how you can easily find a category of it. Okay, now, well, this is how actually it would be. This is how actually it works. You have a two different outputs. You could have a number of outputs. You could have a like number of inputs even. So I mean, based on number of inputs, like you've been playing with a in a different methods. Okay, well, so this is how element dot category. If I want to get the element dot id, element dot id, element dot id, when I connect this elements to the element, if you understand the basic logic here, okay, where for all these three nodes, the inputs are element, the elements are in elements, I mean the inputs are elements. Okay, well, let's say, let's go with another way. I want to know the parameters of this elements. Okay, I want to know the parameters of elements. Okay, we have a 2456 elements. No, I don't want to play with all. Okay, I want to play with only the first element. I want to call with the only first element for now, because it'll take a long time to load it. Okay, let's say I'll just get first. Okay, it could be anything. I mean, if I type bimera also, that is fine. Let's say bimera. Okay, when I open this and I want to get the zero value, what is the element which is inside the zero value? So I'll type 0 and I'll close it. Now when I connect this to this, it will get the zero value. Now if I say to go and get the eighth one, so when I type 8 here, it will be getting like eighth element here, 380047, 380047. You understand? So this is called like a design scripting. You will be knowing it later. We call this as an indexing method from like a programming terminology. Okay, now I have an element here. I have an element here. How do you know that is an element? Here you can easily say that's an element because it is written over there, but it is nothing written. It's like an element. How do you come to know? How do you come to know that is an element? Okay, well, there is a very friendly node. It's like object.type. Okay, that's an object.type. When I connect this to this, it is saying that's a family instance and it's an element. Okay, so you'll be coming to know what is the data types in the second day itself. Okay, well, so this is the first one, element, and I want to get the parameters of it. Now element dot parameters, when I connect this to this, element dot parameters, when I connect this, okay, 34 parameters I have, 34 parameters I have for this, and the categories are air terminals. Okay, what are these 34 parameters? Well, there is a logic. I mean, where how can I get this element dot id where we don't have any parameter called id here? We don't have any parameters called id here, but how can I get the id parameter here? Okay, where there is a there are a lot actually. Let's play with this element dot id where I don't have any element dot id parameter. I don't have any id parameter here even. But how can I get that easily? How can I get that? Okay, this is the properties palette what we see in Revit. It's nothing but even 10% of the actual parameters what we have in the Revit. There are a lot. There are a lot. Okay, let's say when you export a model, into like a IFC, you can see a different parameters. You can see a different set of parameters. One second, guys. You can see a different set of parameters. When you export this model into the FBX, you see different set of parameters. When you export this into the DWF or DWFX, you will see different kind of parameters again. Well, GBXML, you can see a different kind of parameters. There are a lot. ODBC database. What is this ODBC database? You'll get everything. Okay, so there are different set of parameters. There are different set of parameters, but where they're hidden, where they are hidden, is there any specific tool here? Yes, that's called a tool which is called, let me show you. For example, let's go and select any one of the element here. I'll just go and select any one of the element here, where there's a tool called Revit lookup. Okay, where you can see from where we are extracting this ID information, where there is an element ID, element.id, where there is a name, element.name, where there is a parameters, element.parameters, where there is an element like pinned, whether I would like to check whether is an element or pinned, element.pinned. Oh, now the Dynamo is reading the parameters from a different set of a tool, where if you can count this parameters, and if you count this parameters, it would be like a 34 and it would be like a 304. Sometimes it could be more. Okay, you can't see. For example, when I click on the parameters again, so when I click on the parameters, where we can see only one value which is inside a parameter, like for example, total connected, the value which is like 151984.68, where you can see only one value, but rest of the 99% values, what is this total connected? Where is the total connected? PQRST. Okay, total connected, where we can see only this value 151985, but rest of the elements, I mean rest of the parameters we have, and within that parameter again we have some set of a parameters, and again within that parameter, I mean again we have some set of a parameters, where like one value out of the entire thing, and where we have a rest of the elements that you can't see until unless you become a programmer. Until unless you become a programmer. That's why we are going to explore everything in our training program. Okay, so this is not a robotic science, guys. It's very easy. There are like some set of file. I'll just open recent Dynamo training curriculum. If you see the document which I've shared you already, okay, that is this. That's this. Okay, these are the 10 key concepts. If you are master in these 10 key concepts, you can play with any kind of a tool. I mean, if you're like a civil 3D person, or if you're like a structural person, you're using robotic structural analysis, okay, then you can apply the same concepts, the same methodology, the same terminology in all the visual programming applications. Even if you're like an architect, you can play, I mean, if you want to play with a grasshopper, you can apply the same methodology here. Even I added some sort of a grasshopper things in this even. So where if you the skeleton is different, the interface is different, but the common logic and the concepts were almost similar in all the visual programming. Okay, where you don't have a design scripting in the grasshopper, you have a design scripting here. That's it, nothing else. Where you use the Python, we use a Python here. Where there is an iron Python, even we do also use the iron Python here. But the only thing is that is a Rhino and this is a Revit, nothing else. Where there is a civil 3D and where there is a Revit here. That's it. If you are if you learn this Dynamo, where is this? Where is that? dynamobim.org. What is dynamo.bim.org? Like when I click on get Dynamo, where is this get Dynamo? When I click on get Dynamo here, okay, you see only one Dynamo, but we have a Dynamo Sandbox, we have a Dynamo Revit, we have a Dynamo Studio, we have a Dynamo Core as well. There are 4 different Dynamos. Which one you have to play with? I'll explain you everything. Okay, so where there is civil 3D, you can, if you learn this, you can play within civil 3D, and you can help the persons who are working on a civil 3D, and you can help the persons who are I mean those who are playing with advanced style. You can play with a format as well. Format is like a SketchUp tool, where I really like this tool, like a format. And for architectural programmers, I mean generally we do have a different set of thing which is called like architectural programming. So architectural programming in the sense, um, I'll explain you. That's a different model again. Okay, so those who are playing with an alias design, so robotic structural analysis, Dynamo Studio. Dynamo Studio is purely for the programmers. If you buy this, you don't need to go with any Revit installations, Civil 3D installation, nothing else. If you have a model, you can simply you can do something, but they're going to stop this Dynamo Studio due to some reasons, because most of the programmers are using the Dynamo Studio and they are not getting the revenue on Revit and all. That is the reason they are stopping it. Okay, well, anyhow, that's a different story. Now, which the three things that you mostly consider before you joining a thing, whether a trainer is a perfect or not. Okay, whether the trainer is perfect or not. I have, especially into this R&D, I have a 4.5 years experience, so you don't need to worry at all. I have I have a logic behind everything. I know the logic behind everything, why it is working as it is. And the second thing you consider, like whether is this trainer going to be deliver all the topics? Yes, I am. Okay, you'll be getting all the things. If you go and check my LinkedIn recommendations, of course I'm doing it from so long, but I'm keep asking the recommendations of my existing students from this COVID itself. Okay, from the last 3 to 4 months only, they're providing that feedback. Okay, that's as necessary for my company growth, so that's why I'm asking them. Okay, well, and third thing is that program completely structured? Yes, everything is a structured, everything is a structured. Data types, it will take 2 hours. Okay, after this data types you will be very confident. If not, I don't have any timing issues, I'll take the same session again on the second day. That is how my thing it would be. Or else if it is like a 1.5 hour training program, let's take 3.5 hours, a full movie, no problem. I have a patience and I love to teach here. I don't exactly quit at one and like 90 minutes or 91 minutes or 89 minutes. I keep extending until unless you're very clear on the topic. Clear? And these are the modules that I'm going to teach you. These are the modules that I'm going to teach you, like what is an introduction, like how many type of a dynamos would you have, what is a visual programming. I haven't taught you even like 1% of this, as this is a demo, that's it. Okay, well, what is a data, how to play with the what data structure, and how many type of dynamos would you have, and how to install it, and package search, like what is a dot notation. This each and every topic I'm going to explain you. None other than these topics, you can't find any set of you can't, I didn't miss even a single pinpoint also. There is no other pinpoint than this. I threw I'm this is like a needle, and I threw all the threads into it. Okay, where there is, you can't feed any one additional thread into this needle. Clear? This is how the computational thinking, like user interface, and you'll be getting an Autodesk authorized certificate. I mean, it's not like, it's not from the Autodesk, because even Autodesk is not providing any certificates from the Dynamo. So we are giving you Autodesk authorized training center certificate. Once they issued, once they release like a Dynamo certificate, I'm very happy to provide you the certificates from the Autodesk. Okay, even with the, which is worthy also, I'll bear it and I'll provide you for sure. Okay, that's my promise. And second thing is, if you don't have a time to practice it, you can join in any other batch after 6 months, after 1 year, without paying a single NP. This is what added it advantage for you, and you'll be getting a recorded sessions if you miss, and you can join 15 minutes before, and I'll be teaching you, like I'll explain you like where you have a where you have missed the logic, or if you haven't get something, I'll be very flexible in teaching. Okay, where our training program will start at 8:30 daily Indian timings. If you join 8:15, I'll be there in the meeting room. You can come and join, and you can ask whatever you want. Okay, this is how actually it would be. Well, the graph standards and filtering. What do you mean by filtering? I mean, for example, if you have a 10,000 elements, how do you play with only some set of 10 elements, or like only 2 elements? How do you find exactly the elements which are not hosted? How to how to rotate the complete elements into a thing? How do you create a bridge within a couple of seconds? How to create a tunnel? I mean, I'm not going to teach you, that's a different thing. Okay, if you are like from architectural structure background, where in this training program I'm explaining you only the key concepts, only the key concepts. If you are an especially who's that, Sridhar, if you are looking for any kind of a program that like for architecture and structures, okay, you have to do an additional concept. You have to do some additional course that is called architectural programming, where you will come to know PowerPoint, where you can see these kind of a, I'm sorry, this is the same one, huh? Dynamo geometry. Oh, this is not the one. Okay, well, that's fine. So where you can create these kind of a structures, okay, with the help of a Dynamo. Your team can design these kind of a structures in very, and the base of this is the concepts. For MEP, they don't play with the geometry, so they don't need this. And when it comes to the architecture and structure, you guys keep playing with the geometry things. So you must have to know all this stuff. Okay, like how do you exactly turn this entire thing? How do you create these kind of a complex geometries like this, like a tunnels or like these kind of a complex buildings, everything like these kind of a structures in like in 30 minutes or a 45 minutes mostly. Uh, there is a very basic structure to understand. For everything, there is a logic. Okay, if you understand the logic, you can play with it. If you don't understand the logic, you can't play. That's the thing. Okay. Well, when it comes to this course, oh, where is that? Mm, Again, I have designed like some 200 set 200 slides for the dynamo geometry as well. Okay, where we cannot cover all the topics for, because like most of them I'm getting for the MEP candidate. So I'll be focusing the MEP and architecture and structural on this 10 key concepts, on this 10 key concepts. Okay, for MEP candidates, you're not going to play with any dynamo geometry, so you don't need to bother about it. If you want to be master in the architecture also, you have to do that programming, architecture programming course as well. Okay, well, so this is what, and the design scripting is an added additional juice for you. If you go and ask a 1.5 year, like 2 years candidate, like the Dynamo experienced person, and ask him to do something in a design scripting, he can't do it. He'll ask, what is a design scripting? He knows the design scripting, but he can't write something like very quickly. For example, let me show you what is a design scripting. For example, I don't want to I want to get the name and I want to filter some sort of an elements clearly. So how do I do that? For example, let's say, let me delete all this. Let me delete all this. Let me delete all. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me delete all this. Let me. I have this like 2,456 elements. Now I want to get only the one which contains 600 into 600 250 neck. I want to see only the things which are like a 600 into 600 neck itself. Okay, so what I do is I'll just create, I'll just use a method, I'll just use a methodology here like a filtering. So what I explained you now, so it's like a filtering. Okay, so how do you filter it? So I use a different boolean operators like which contains uh, string dot contains. Why do you have to use a string dot contains here? Because as I'm getting a string out as an output, so I have to connect this to the string itself. So string dot contains. Now it will check, does it contain a 600 into 600 in it? Now what is it going to be search for? It's like a string again. So how do you come to know why do I use a string here? You'll be knowing in the second day session. Okay, so 600 x 600, so I exactly type like hyphen one space 250 and neck. Okay, let me check whether is it 600 into 600 hyphen, I'm sorry, space hyphen space 250 space neck. Let me connect this to this. It'll give you the true or false values. That's why we call it as a boolean like a boolean operators. Okay, so I use the boolean operators where there is a true. So if you go and check 53rd element, oh, the 53rd element is a true. Okay, now I want to see only the true values out of it. How do I do that? Okay, well, this is what called filtering. So filter by, I want to filter by boolean mask. So what do you mean? Generally, we call this a mask. I'll explain you all the terminology during the time. Okay, Boolean. I'll just connect this to this. And what are the list you want me to connect? So I connect this to this. Now I got all the elements. See, I got all the elements like 600 into 600 in very couple of seconds. Why there is an out list? Out list, it's like a returning the false list. So it's a false list, and this is like a in list. We have two things. One is a true list and one is a false list. So in true list, you can see the 600 into 600. This is what generally, I mean, to achieve this output, you have to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6 nodes. Okay. Is there any simplest method to do this? Yes, you have. What is that? Let me, this is a common node for, this is where I'm going to teach you up to this extent. So I'll just use e.name. So element.name, when I connect this to this, I got all the elements here. So you got all the elements easily, very quickly. Now I would like to use which is equal to, okay. So what is that? 600 into 600 space hyphen space 250 NECK. The first one 600 into 600 space hyphen space 250 NECK. Okay, well, oh, I got again same true or false values. I got the same true or false values again. But the same thing, what I want to do is question mark. I'm questioning. Get if it is a true, print that elements. Print that elements. If not, print null. Print null values. See where there is a true value, it is printing the elements. It's printing the elements, and rest of them are like clearing. It's like a null. No, I don't want to see the nulls. I want to see only the elements itself. How do you do that? Well, so where ds core, what is the ds core? You will be naming it later. ds core dot list dot clean, and when I open this, okay, it is giving some in like a what do you say exactly, intelligence. So intelligence in the sense which is like which will give you a tip what to do exactly. It's a tip generally. Okay, so it is expecting a list. I connected the list to it, and it is expecting a false, a boolean. So why did I use the false? Why do I use the false? You'll be knowing in the during the timing. Okay, let's say 49 elements. Okay, I'm good. So I don't want to play with all this bullshit stuff. If you are very confident on like what you're doing, so this is called design scripting. This is called design scripting. So design scripting is more sexier than this node based system. Trust me, you'll really enjoy this if you are passionate to be like a become a BIM developer. Okay, so where we have two modules, guys. The first thing is like a zero to hero. Okay, the second one is like a superhero. What do you mean by zero to hero and what do you mean by superhero? A zero to hero will be teaching you 80% of a visual programming concepts and 20% of a Dynamo, I mean like design scripting concepts and some sort of a Python as well. Very basic. Like, I mean, if you want to, this is just a basic encouragement for you. Like if you want to play, I mean, if you want to learn yourself like Python, I'll always be with you, like teaching some sort of a Python concepts, how to play with, how to extract the same thing, how does the Python interface it would be. I'll explain you some very basic things. Okay, well, then what I'm saying. Okay, well then the second module, it's like a superhero. Superhero, we can't touch even a Dynamo at all. That's a pure programming. That's a pure programming. If you let me show you that also. So Python scripting and Revit API. And this is not a general Python what you see outside. Okay, this is completely different Python. It's an application Python. We called as a Iron Python. Okay, so if you go and see, this is what the entire programming structure for the API. Okay, where we start with the same introduction to the bottom of the line course. So where what is the Dynamo? That's it. Basic concepts of possibilities and the Dynamo. And prerequisite is you have to be very good in Dynamo. and you must have 3 to 5, I mean at least 3 months of experience, good hands-on experience on Dynamo first of all. If not, you can't able to, I mean if you're already having like a basic programming understanding, then you can go with this uh, course. That's fine. Okay, generally wide, I mean which is a useful like a Dynamo or Python or like Iron Python. I say Dynamo first, then you have to go with an Iron Python, because if you don't know where to implement, how to implement, of course you have to implement the same thing in the node of Dynamo again, in the node of again a Dynamo. So you have to play, I mean you have to understand the Dynamo concepts first. Okay, so that's how that is what it would be. Introduction to the bottom line of a course, and the second day basics of Python, and third day operations and conditions. No Dynamo, nothing at all. Okay, so this is what the 100% the pure Python, and trust me, you'll definitely cry. I'm not scaring you. I'm not scaring you, but really, and we have designed a course from the BIM person perspective view, from the BIM person. Till now, like what we received, the comments, the compliments, that was very fruitful and 100% satisfied. Okay, you completely believe us. Well, even see, if you understand these 10 key, 11 key concepts in as well as like what we designed. Okay, so Python basics, looping statements, functions and definitions. This is very advanced. Okay, this is very advanced, and once you cleared all this, you'll be having one set time some sort of an exams, like assignments. If you clear the assignments, you'll be getting some sort of a gifts from Bimera, like books which are rewritable books. I mean like you can use it for your lifetime. Write and errors, write and errors, write and errors. These kind of like complementary things, especially for our students. Okay, well, you will really enjoy this training for sure. That's my promise. If now it's already 9:40, I spoke like beyond 1 hour. It's like now, if you have any questions, come and ask me. I'll your ball. You can kick me like anything. Okay. I'm sorry. Now, your questions. Throw your questions on me. Do you have any questions, Mr. Chiranjeevi, Ello, Kumar, and Kumar Guru, Mayank, Mohammed Rizwan, Palanipan? Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? No one have any questions? Are you there? Okay, Sridhar. So what is the training duration? Actually, it is a 15 days.
No questions.
Okay. I say it's a 15 days, but generally it would be like a 15 to 20 days. 15 to 20 classes. I mean, in the sessions, like 15 to 20 sessions, generally it would be. Okay. So if you're including weekends, yes. Including weekend in the sense, based on generally I do take these kind of a demos on Saturday and Sundays, based on, and I don't want to give the breaks between the sessions even. Okay, so what I do generally will be going with 6 days a week, and 1 day that would be, I mean if I'm not interested to take any sessions, if I'm not feeling well, or still I don't take I don't give you the break. I'll be joining and I'll share you my screen, and that day you'll be having the live debate. It's like on my screen itself, I'm keep asking you to do something and you guys have to do it. That is how the training would be. So that would be like a 1 or 2 sessions in a training. Okay, once you finish like a 50% of a training program, I'll be giving you like I'll leave you my mission completely, and I'll keep asking to do that. I mean, I'll choose a person's like thoroughly, like I mean you guys have to do it. There is no other option. Okay, well, Sridhar has one more question again. What is the time required for practicing after each session? Okay, that is up to you, Sridhar. I mean, as if you want to become like you have a lot of money, and if you want know like how to spend it, okay, if you're spending for like a time sake, then it's very bad to go with this. But trust me, I'll harass my students like anything. Okay, if I feel, if I'm asking something, if you're not replying it, you're over for sure. Okay, I mean your team will be over for sure. I'll keep asking. My target would be the person who is not doing not well. Okay, who's not doing good, he is my target. Okay, so that is what it would be. I don't focus on the persons who are doing good well. Practicing, generally you need, you have to free yourself for like 1.5 hours to 2 hours at least, because I'm keep giving you the assignments a day daily, so you guys have to do it. There is no other option. Like, and once you're done with it, how do you show me? Like, you have to share me on my WhatsApp. You have to share me on WhatsApp. Okay, well, so any other questions? Vamsi, Saravanan, Prakash. Ask me something. See, you have a live trainer here, and I mean, whatever you have in your mind, just clear yourself. That's it. No more questions.
If someone is working as a BIM architect or BIM designer or BIM engineer right now, then what would be the after learning Dynamo in this
What
sense?
what is that? What is that?
What would be the positions and definition we'll get in future and scope and uh,
Ooh,
any
very nice question.
like planning?
Very nice question, Vamsi. Very nice question. I'll tell you one thing. If you see, most of the companies like already started looking for IDD candidates, like integrated design development candidates, because from the company's perspective, you in like in my company, I'm having like a 6 team. I mean, due to this COVID, like we fired few people, okay, and like we have a 6 in a team, and they are very. I choose a person if the person is good in Dynamo. Even I'm very basic startup. My company is very startup actually, but still why I'm focusing, because on those kind of candidates, I want to save my company time. For example, if I have a project like a freelancing project, and if you see like a freelancers, the project who give it to the freelancers, they don't wait for like so long. It's not like 2 years project, it's not like a 1 year project, it's not even 6 months. They have to done in 1.5 month or like 2 months. Very basic projects. I'm mostly focusing on those things, as mine is like a startup. Okay, well, even though, why should I go with, I can go with a 1.5 year experience candidates, and I can hire it. Why I'm hiring, why should I hire like the person who is good in Dynamo? Even though for my team, like I'll be training them personally, and I'll ask them to do it, uh, perform the same thing with the help of others, work on Dynamo itself. Because this is a, even for a basic startup, if I'm developing these kind of things, there are very huge companies, the turnover which is like more than in 1,000 crores. Okay, like Kovi, the person, the Sridhar is working like a BIM manager, it seems. He's a BIM manager of a Kovi, and they have a lot of team, as I know, because I trained a persons in Kovi also, it seems. Okay, on Revit API. Okay, well, that is the second thing. Okay, even they are into the very advanced, they have a Revit API team as well. I think it's in Chennai team, it seems. Is it Sridhar? Like even there is a person, lady.
Yes, yes, we
There
have
is
a
a,
team in Chennai. Yes.
yeah, there is a lady called. She is. Just give me a second, Amma. There's a lady actually. She is working. She used to work in Netkins, but now she's working for Kovi. And she's an architect. Okay, I don't remember her name. And even she's leading, and she is requested for a Dynamo team. And I mean, in future, in next 1 or 2 years, uh, there won't be modelers for sure. That's what I can promise. There won't be modelers. You guys will be definitely fed out. And most of the persons, even if you want to be, I mean, survive in your position, you must have to upskill yourself. If not, I'm not telling you wrong as a trainer. I never misguided everyone, anyone. Okay, so because like the company, from the company's perspective, if there is a project, I mean, you could done in like a 6 months, it should be done in 4 months, or it has to be finished in 3 months. So this is how the companies would think. if in that case, like there is no other solution, even though if you work for like a 16 hours a day, you cannot finish a project like a 6 months project in 5 months even. Okay, because you will get stressed and you will take leaves. There are a lot of negatives again. So where there is only one solution, automation. So either you have to go through with an add-ins, and again you have to pay for each and every add-in. Okay, and where you'll use this kind of an add-ins. But if you can customize and add in as per, I mean, as per yourself, that's really greatest thing. That's an added advantage. And there you can't find even I have sent few persons, no, I don't want to reveal this, uh, for L&D. I mean, if you go through my LinkedIn profile, I've been sent few candidates for L&D. Those are like very well fledged. I mean, they done their Dynamo from our end, and they done their API both. And then I've been introduced them into uh, L&D and some other companies as well. My first priority would be my students itself. Okay, so this is how I actually doing. Trust me, guys. Whether you join my batch or no, I mean, I don't tell it like to join my team. I mean, the training. Upskill yourself. There are a lot of resources available, but don't rely on those things and keep doing R&D. Spend your time like for at least 1.5 hour day and upskill yourself. If I meet any modeler or like if I meet any coordinator, I'll tell them only one thing: where you are and why you are there. Still, because when I started my career, I've been acting like a modeler. Still, the person is like a being a modeler. Still, the person is like a being modeler, and I don't know why he is lacking like a senior B modeler. Now I'm running a company because I spent my personal life. I spent a lot. I've been trained from a Mexico team on this thing, and I spent a lot on this, for Python, Iron Python, like Revit API, like Visual Studio, like C Sharp, advanced C Sharp. So I've been into a lot of things, and I spent a lot. Of course, I'm ending now. Of course, I'm an entrepreneur now. So this is how. I mean, if you want to see somewhere, you keep learning, keep learning until unless you've been like 60 or 80 or 90, you have to learn something if you want to uh, earn good. If you want to earn, you have to learn. That's it. That's what I say. Any other questions? This is not like a motivation. It's not a motivational video. Okay, it's
So
like, do you
maybe Rajesh, maybe I can give a small insight here. Yes, I mean,
please?
I might be an example for all the young guys here. I'm 20 years into the BIM industry,
Wow.
and I'm here to learn uh,
Still.
Dynamo. But see, I'm not going to go into Dynamo scripting because I have a team who is working on the Dynamo scripting. I'm here to understand the insights of Dynamo, so that tomorrow, if my team is stuck somewhere, I can be some kind of resourceful to them.
Hmm.
Because I don't do any production at the moment. I don't do any modeling or anything. I'm into the project setups, and I do the model quality and final quality of the output, whatever we are issuing to the clients.
That's
So
great.
I really don't need this training, but I'm here.
But still, see, this is like upskilling. I mean, if somebody is
Yes.
discussing in front of you on a new topic, at least you should not put your mind, I mean, face as like a blank or with a different emojis, with like a different expressions. You should be in update. Okay, you're spending very less, but sometimes like when you spending, even I'm not I didn't work on any ArchiCAD projects yet, but still when we are about to get one project, and I'm going to be a trainer for ArchiCAD even. I learned a long back. I just worked on like a very basic project, but still I did a lot of R&D before I play with it. The only thing I tell you guys, if you want to be a success, play with the problems. Play with the problems. Just think out beyond this thing that that can it be done. Okay, see, that is the reason I always be on Google. If you search my history, Chrome history, that is always like a Google itself. I'll Google it. If I have something in mind, whether if I want to check what is the height of an ant head, what is the weight of ant head? Even I'll also Google it. So what is the head weight of the ant head? Because like this is like upskilling. It's not a part of an upskilling. You are doing some general research. If you're working for a tool, you have to do some general research. Like, is there any other alternative tool for doing this and doing that? Likewise. Okay. Well, anyhow. So any other questions? Rizwan?
Rajesh, maybe if you can say what is the cost of training,
I'll
maybe
text you
that would
personally.
help others. Yeah.
I'll text you
Okay.
personally. I'll text you personally. If those who are interested, I'll text them personally. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other things? Palanipan, Rizwan, are you guys
Are,
sleeping? I think no, right?
are you going to do any
Hello.
project for Dynamo? Any modeling, any part, any configuration, anything in a via Dynamo, zero to hero, and other batch also. Other years told me like architectural also.
Hmm.
So in zero to hero, we will get any modeling part or like how do you use in Revit?
It's a very easiest thing. See, for example, when it comes to the modeling, let's consider, for example, if I want to draw a wall, guys. Okay, I mean, there are two things. I mean, there are three things that you can consider. You can prefer this Dynamo. One is for the modeling. Okay, for like architecture and structural, it's a completely like a geometrical part. When it comes to the second thing, it's like a coordination. Even though if you're not a architect, you're not going to play with anything else. If you see this, what I'm going to teach you, I mean, I'm still feeling this. Oh, where is that? Where is this? It's here. Okay, from the third day or fourth day itself, like you're going to create class reports, and you can isolate them in the Revit views. Like what are the class elements? That's what it's like a coordination. And what about the documentation, tagging, or else like converting CAD lines into the Revit lines, or when you import a CAD file, how do you consider the exact blocks of a CAD, and how do you convert that into the elements? You have a CAD blocks like a diffusers, like a lights, like a heat detectors. You want to consider, you want to get that coordination points of each and every block, and you have to place a family over there. How do you do that? You will be learning everything like documenting, like coordination, like the modeling, some sort of a modeling. Let me explain. It's very easy when it comes to the modeling. Even if you understand, for example, if I want to play the point, if I want to place a point, let's say point at base, like coordinates. Now when I can see a point here, I can see a point here. Let's say control C control V, I can see one more point here. And if I want to play with 5000, so X direction, so I have a one more point somewhere where I can geometry preview, I can see 2 points here. Now I can set the 2 points here. Now I want to create a line. So the basic start, I mean, if you want to play with a wall, you need a start point and end point. Okay. So line dot by start point and end point, you will be knowing this, why I'm using this in later in our during training time. So it's a line now. Now I want to convert this line. Either you got some lines from the AutoCAD. Still, if you want to convert that line into a duct, or if you want to convert a line into a wall, that's it. Well, wall dot by, we have a node curve and height. So curve and height, now what it is expecting, it's a curve. So what we are getting, it's a line. So line, generally when it comes to the architectural methodology or structural methodology, we call line as a curve. Okay, in MEP we don't have that kind of a confusions, it's very clear. Okay, I mean general topics. So when it comes to the height, height is a number. So I say height would be like 4000. So when I connect this to this, and it is expecting a level. So you, as shown you already how to play with levels here. So when I'm placing the levels, so connect to the level 3. So it's a level, so level 1. Okay, so wall type. So even wall types, we do have a different set of a node. Is it? Yeah, well, say wall types. So I'll just go with exterior brick on metal stud wall, and when I connect this to this, that's it, successfully I'm done with this. It's created a wall, and 890965, when I click on the green element, okay, which is showing, it's like, okay, let it open. Okay, where is it? Where is that wall here? Is this a duct? And where is the wall? This is the wall, it seems. This is the wall. It seems it's a exterior block on metal stud wall, and the height is 4,000 and the length is 5,000. Okay, good. Now I got this here. I got this here. Okay, well, if I want to see the same wall in the geometry, I'm sorry, in the Dynamo, so I want to get the geometry of it. So element.geometry. So element.geometry. So when I connect this to this, I got this geometry within the Dynamo itself. That's it. Very easy. If you want to place a duct, if you want to convert a duct by duct dot by duct dot create duct systems by model curves. So when you connect the model curves and when you connect the family type, it will convert all the lines or curves into the ducts quickly, very easily. So this is how, if you want to create a pipe, if you want to create a pipes, it's very easy. Or if you want to create a different set of a geometry like an architectural things, it's very easy. For example, mostly I want to create a circle by center point radius where there's a geometry. So where there's a circle here. Okay, I have a circle. Now, where's the center point? There is a basic point, general point here. So if I want to go with a point dot by coordinates, don't think that it's a very toughest language. Huh? It's very easy if you understand a basic thing. What it is expecting, what you have to connect. That's it. So when I connect this point with us, it's almost like it's a 0, 0, 0, and the center point as a default it is like reading it's like a 0, 0, 0. So if I say use like 5, I mean like 4, something to x direction, it's moving to the x. If I use y direction, it's moving to the other side. If I connect this to the z direction, now it's on top of it. Where is it? Fit to screen when I move this. Now it's here somewhere. Okay. Now if I want to convert this circle, if I want to create one more circle to this, there is a process called like translate or offset, whatever it is. So geometry dot translate when I connect this to this, the geometry dot translate when I switch back. Okay, let's say I want to create, I want to go in a z direction. I want to create something in a z direction. So within the z direction I would like to create something. It's like a number. What is a number? I'll say 10 for now. Okay, connect this to the z direction. Now I can see one more circle over there. If I want to connect this to this, again what I do, like solid dot by loft or whatever it is, solid by loft, like solid by patch, whatever it is. When I connect this to this cross sections, you can connect this to this and it will create a solid shape out of it. Okay, so solid by, like solid by, so whatever it is. If you want to play with uh, solid dot thicken, surface solid dot area, whatever it is. So this is very basic thing, guys. Okay, trust me, even for the architecture and structure, even the basic, the thing you have to go with the key concepts. Without this 10 key concepts, where are this? Without these 10 key concepts, you can't play with even architecture and structure. Okay, that's how it would be. Clear? Anything else? It's very easy. Don't consider it's like a very if I show you this dynamo geometry, 1 second. You feel like it's very toughest part to design this kind of an, it's a OPPO headquarters. Okay, with the Palapan, actually I'm not getting your voice clearly.
I have one doubt regarding you created wall.
Yeah.
It shows some categories like exterior wall, something like that. Where it access from that categories? It's from Revit or
It's from Revit itself. It's from Revit itself.
It's
from Revit itself.
okay.
For example, if you have any other duplicate types, for example, if I start typing wall command here, WA, now you can see all the different types here. Do you see this? All these types would be displayed in the Dynamo as well. with the help of an API.
Can
With
you
the help.
explain that link between how it access from that?
Okay, can you sit with me for like next 6 hours?
It take that much time.
Exactly. Okay. Well, you will be knowing it. You will be knowing for
Okay.
sure because like there must be
In
a process.
in cl- during class period, you will teach that,
Everything.
or
Everything.
okay.
Everything.
Okay,
No
I
worries.
want to learn some basic. Okay,
Sure. Okay. First, like where I
sure.
don't confuse you with the advanced concepts first and the basic concept in the next. I'll always go through with a basic first and like A to Z. I don't teach Z first and I don't teach B next. So there won't be these kind of fluctuations in my during that training time. Okay, it's very clear like what I have to explain you, and trust me, from the third day you'll start writing your scripts. You don't even ask me the same question after third day. The question that you asked me that you won't ask me for sure from on the after third day. How do you getting that?
It would
Sorry.
it would be an industry oriented Dynamo course, no? Like what are the things are going in industry right now? We are going to learn those aspects of them in this training.
Yes, exactly. So not up to date. You have to do some sort of an R&D as well. Okay, as I told you in the beginning, if you join or not, don't know. I'm not going to here teach you all my existing scripts. Okay, where let's say if you go and check my scripts, I done some sort of a scripts here. So I'm not going to teach you all the scripts. Okay, if you go and check my
Hmm.
client scripts, I have a lot of scripts, but I'm not here to explain you the script. I'm here to explain you the logic behind that. Okay, how do you create your own script by yourself? I'll just focus only on that. Okay, if I teach you the
Okay.
scripts, you will be mastering only those scripts. If I teach you the logic, you can create number of scripts. Do you understand? Okay, so
Hmm.
that is how the training would be. Okay, no worries.
Okay. Okay.
I'll not miss even a single concept within this training. If I feel if you keep extending you guys are really irritating me with some very bullshit questions, but still I'm happy to answer. Okay, just treat me like your brother. Okay, if you like, because like you're paying me, you have rights to ask. Okay, so don't think in any way. I mean, you'll be getting the complete knowledge by the end of the session for sure. Okay, I'll send you where with a happy face. Okay, you'll be very confident by the end of the training. Trust me. Okay, any other questions? Any other questions?
When will the session will start? A training session.
Expecting from 19th. Actually there's a campaign running, so it'll take some time to start this batch. Okay, yesterday itself like uh, I ended a batch. Okay, so and I'm just waiting. I mostly no one prefer like to join Saturday, Sundays, so that is the reason I'm planning to start it from 19th itself. Okay, so you can, if you're interested, you can join from 19th, no problem. Okay, well, you can text me on my WhatsApp. I've been like sending you the WhatsApp message already, so you can simply text me, reply me if you're interested, so that I can enroll your name and you can join. Okay. Well, any other questions? Ask me related to the Dynamo. Do you have if you have any questions? No.
Um,
Yeah,
can you
Prakash.
hear me?
Yeah.
How,
Yes. Someone.
in what would Dynamo is will use
Sorry. Sorry.
how Dynamo software used in MEP coordination software?
MEP
MEP,
coordination. MEP
Uh,
coordination.
that is what I'm going to ask.
Okay. Well, very good question. So let me show you like generally how it works. Okay, for example, what do you do? What do you do generally for the coordination? You'll open Navisworks, you'll generate the class report over there. you generally generate the clash report over there, and you copy the element IDs from the Navisworks and paste it in the like Revit, and you will just find out the easiest solution. Is it? So where it will be automated easily, um, within a couple of seconds. Where there is a clash, it will isolate those elements. Let me go through with uh, the Dynamo last batch, June 2nd batch. Uh, Dynamo June 2nd batch. Okay, where the clash detection with the linked elements, clash detection, Navisworks clash report example, where you can simply extract the element IDs from the clash report even, and you can isolate those elements within the Revit, and you can check, you can create each and every like it helps you like isolate with the help of like isolating those clashed elements itself. Okay, where the second thing is there is no like, I mean, you can't do some sort of an auto rating with the help of a Dynamo because it needs a pure programming. Okay, there I can't say you can do 100% like you can give 100% of the output. Okay, where there is some sort of a limitations. If you can't find a certain node that what you are exactly looking for, then you have to take an help of create your own. Create your own. That's where the Python helps you. If you can't find even with the help of a Python, where the C# helps you. Okay, well, let me explain you. Let me show you that there's a script. Sorry, there's a slide to make you understand. This one. Are you new to the programming? Then I'm the one who needs you exactly. Okay. For example, if you're completely new to this programming, then you don't need to write any code. I'll help you by getting someone's notes, someone's code, and you can play like anything. If when it done. Second thing, if you can't find a node, you can code me here. Learn Python language and come to me. This is not a Python generally, it's like a different Python. It's like an iron Python. Okay, if you're having still some sort of things, that there is a force method. So with the help of us like C#, you have to write something in a different language. It's called C#. I mean, do you think is the Autodesk released this Dynamo recently? I mean, no. When there is a Revit from 2013 where we have a macro manager even, where when I click on a macro manager here, I can write something like a application. When I click on a module, create a module. See, with this a C#, if you can write something, if you're very confident on creating some add-ins, you can create a C#. I mean, you can use a C# and module name like delete duplicates, and description, give me some description, click OK. And when I run this, it will open a different application that's called Sharp Develop. I hope most of you people never seen it. It's like a Sharp Develop. Okay, it's giving me the some. What is this? Okay, well, if you see Sharp Develop in Revit. Sharp Develop in Revit. If you see this picture, this is how actually it would be. This is a Sharp Develop, guys. It's a Sharp Develop within the Revit. If you want to try, just go to the macro manager and create one module and run it. Then you can see a different interface within the Revit itself. This is a hidden application which is written in the Revit. Okay, voice is not audible. Are you clear, guys? Oh, okay. Palandapan, you have an issue. Okay, well, so this is a different application which is hidden in the Revit. It's a like before the Dynamo. Dynamo is introduced in 2015, but this micromanager is there in 2011 or 2011 or 2012 it seems. I don't remember exactly. Okay, but this is not that success. That is the reason because no one don't know. I mean, we are a BIM modelers, like we are not a BIM. I mean, we are not a programmers. So one second. Okay, so that's because like it's it's a failure. I mean, it's not failure. I mean, most of the developers are using this already. Okay, but compared to this, Dynamo is more success because of you can write anything in a couple of seconds. That's the thing. Okay, any other questions? Not only for MEP, it's helpful for everyone. Okay, you can create a builder's work. You can make like some openings with the help of a Dynamo, those kind of a things. Okay, you can find those kind of a sources like in YouTube as well. But I'm not here to explain you those kind of a scripts. Why should you have? I'm going to learn on YouTube itself. You can go and learn YouTube itself, but they don't teach you the concept. Why do you have exactly follow that? Where I'll teach you the logic, go and find the sources from external side. Okay, so that's a profitable thing. I mean, if you are going to do it. Okay, well, any other questions, guys? You can ask me a question.
Yeah, if there is any possible to annotate automatically in using this Dynamo.
Revit automatically. Can you give
No,
me any?
I'm asking annotations. After completion of our model, we need to provide
Yes, of
sheet,
course.
right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
You can
we
do it.
can create automatically the
Tags.
annotation and the tagging
You can
dimensions, everything.
exactly. You can create some sort of a tags. You can align those tags. You can name those. I mean, name those elements and set those as a tags. You can do all this stuff. You can do all this stuff. No worries. And dimensions, of course, you can create the dimensions. Like you can create a work sets. You can create a shared parameters. You can create a project parameters. Like whatever. You can do a lot. Okay. Well, the basic thing is you must know the logic. That's it. If you know the logic, you can do it. Well, any other questions? Any other questions? No? Shall we leave? I think it's time to sleep. Is it?
No, no question.
No more questions. Okay, fine. I hope you really enjoyed this session. Okay, and I hope like I can see you, some of you, in my batch. And well, if you're not joined, no problem. But don't stop upskilling yourself. Okay, uh, be updated with the current industry. Okay, that really helps you. Okay, well, see you guys. See you. No more questions, right? Shall we leave? Thank you.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.